Stephanie here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 7 major signs that you are having a spiritual awakening. The first part of our awakening is typically what you would call non-conscious. So we start going through the process without actually knowing that that is what is happening to us, even though we will be aware that something has changed or is shifting. We might not be entirely sure that it's an awakening event. So I'm going to tell you the 7 major signs. The reason this is really important right now is because there is a mass awakening event that is going to start in January 2023. It's being accelerated. A lot more people are going to be woken up a lot more quickly than had originally been planned. So I'm just trying to lay a bit of groundwork for you guys so that if that happens to you, you can spot the signs that that's what it is. And also you can just prepare yourselves a little bit. Okay, so the 7 major signs that you are awakening. Sign number 1 is that you will have developed an intense interest in what we call spiritual matters, also potentially in metaphysics and also in quantum theory. All of these things are intrinsically linked. You may have had an interest previously that has lapsed and it has started again, or you may never have had an interest and then all of a sudden, because you met someone or you read something, you really got interested in those kinds of topics. So that is the first sign. The second sign is if you are really about to go into the throes of your awakening, then you will find that you go into a period of what I would call enforced rest. So this could be through redundancy, through illness, through a bereavement. It could be through an external force like the pandemic lockdowns, for example. This is your team creating space and time for you so that you can focus on the awakening journey. The third sign, major sign of awakening, which is linked often to the second sign, is that you will start to feel very, very tired and you will need to sleep a lot. Rest is really important during the awakening journey, and this can happen. This can go on for a very long time. Basically what your team are doing is they are upgrading your system. They are preparing it to be able to complete the later stages of the awakening journey, and that requires you to be put under, to go to sleep. So if that is happening to you, don't worry about it, go with the flow. It's very important. You will come out of it. I know from my own experience it feels like it will never end, especially if you don't know that it's happening to you because of an awakening. I promise you it will. So rest, very important. The fourth major sign of awakening, and this could have started a really long time before some of these other signs, is that you felt compelled to do some deep inner work, shadow work as it's sometimes called. And this is basically us starting to build a stable emotional platform so that we can move forward in the awakening journey, because it's too much. You'll know if you have ever done Kundalini yoga, you start at the root chakra, so, and you know, sort of move to sacral, etc. And you must have that strong foundation to be able to progress to the crown chakra opening. So that is why we do the inner work, because those traumas are stored in those primarily in those first 3 or 4 chakras. So if you suspect that you're awakening and it's stalled, often that can be because you have got more shadow work to do. So I would really recommend focus on that. It requires self-examination and it's not nice and it can be very difficult, but the rewards are absolutely amazing. You will be freed from all of those human chains that we collect when we come to earth and go through what for higher evolved souls are often very difficult and traumatic childhoods. So that's sign number 4. You have been doing, or you're starting to feel compelled to do, deep inner work. Sign number 5, you might start to have some otherworldly experiences. Now these can start to come in the form of, for example, very vivid dreams. You might start to hear voices. If you're clairvoyant, you might start to see figures, or perhaps you have an experience on psychedelic drugs. Psychedelic literally means connecting to the soul. That's what those drugs do. So they open up those channels, the crown chakra channel. So even if before you hadn't really had those kinds of experiences, you might now start to find that some odd things are occurring. And this is just your team starting to introduce the idea to you, if you need it introducing, that there is more to life than just this 3D simulated reality that we inhabit as souls in human form. Sign number 6. You will find that other people who are either going through awakenings or have a deep interest in spiritual matters start to come into your circle. And this is even if no one in your previous circle had any interest whatsoever in these topics. These people will come and they will find you. That's the law of attraction. And when you meet these people, you will probably feel a deep, immediate connection. You may feel like you already know them, and that's because they're part of your soul group. So they have been positioned to arrive at this time of your awakening, and you're there to help each other and support each other and guide each other through. This is one of the strongest signs that you're going through an awakening, because this is your team maneuvering pieces of the chessboard into place to help you through the rest of the process. So the final sign that you're going through awakening is that you will start to see recurring signs, recurring symbols. This can be in the form of numbers. It's also very, very common to see butterflies or dragonfly symbols at this time. You'll know if it's a sign. There'll just be loads of them everywhere, or they'll be really big, bright, bold, or your eye will land on them. That's your team again. They're kind of directing your attention there so that you pick up the sign. One of the other things you might see at this time is recurring symbols or recurring birds, types of birds. And depending on what bird you see is an indication of typically where you have descended from the soul tree, because each of the 10 senior members of the Council of Light is represented by a bird or sort of species of birds. So I should do a video on that actually. I will do a video on that at some point too, because that's really important. Okay, so those are the 7 major signs that you're awakening. If you're watching this video thinking, oh my God, that's me, congratulations, because that means that you are one of the first people who is going to be driving this amazing global experience forward. So please, in January, keep hyper aware, hyper focused. Your conscious awakening may well happen then, or between January and April is what I'm expecting. And most of all, meditate daily. That's the single thing that will move this on for you more quickly and more easily.